let's get into some Christmas shite. It is less than a week from Christmas, and here we are doing a podcast, which is kind of cool. How are you doing out there? You surviving? You making it? You have you done your shopping for Christmas? Do you do the shopping? I don't know. There's something to be said for just stopping that. I did last year. I haven't done much at all this year. Did a little bit more this year than I did last year, and it's no more fun. It's kind of less fun. So I would say just don't do it. Just agree on something kind of small or organic or something that you can make yourself or something as a gift. If you have kids, a little harder to do that. For grown-ups, just decide to do something kind of special for yourselves and just enjoy the moment. That's what I did last year, and I'm doing it mostly this year, and it's great. I like backing off of the whole commercial thing. I'm trying to enjoy as much of Christmas coming really, really fast. All right. I'm trying to enjoy as much of it as I can. I find that I'm not watching as much Christmas specials and stuff. I do that every year, and this year, not as much. So I got to catch up on some stuff. A couple of things I'm not even going to do. So I asked my wife today which Christmas special she didn't want to watch, because I thought, well, I could watch that all by myself. And she said, well, I'm not a big fan of the Christmas Carol and the whole Scrooge story. Me either. So that was good. So now I don't have to watch that. So we can kind of put that one away. And we've watched a few things, but there's some that I usually have watched by now, and I haven't yet, so I got to get on that. And then it starts feeling like Christmas, right? So let's talk about podcast schedule really quick. Well, first of all, let's talk about podcast stuff. There's a listener line that I put out there for you guys. If you want to call, talk about, just tell me what you got for Christmas if you want to. 678-348-0008 is the number. I'm going to say it again because that was a really weird way to say 0008. 678-348-0008 is the listener line. You can call me and just say anything you want. It's a way for you to kind of get involved with the podcast, right? So you can call, there's a recording, say what you want to say. I will put it on the air, and you could be the co-star of the podcast. That's why it's there. And also, if you could text the same line if you want, just send me a text to that line. I feel like more people do the text, so that's fine. And you can send me an email, rick@outatune.com. That's me. I'm that guy. I'm also on Facebook. Join me on Facebook Threads. I'm there, Out of Tune. And you can also find me personally, and you're welcome to, if you want to get on and follow me. I don't have anything really interesting that I do, but you're welcome to follow if you want to, if you don't already. A lot of people do. I already interact with a lot of listeners. I'm drinking eggnog today, not because I want to, but because it's expired. The eggnog expired yesterday. I'm living on the edge, people. I'm drinking expired eggnog here in 2023 Christmas, and I didn't want to waste it. What do you? I mean, I only buy one thing of eggnog a year, right? It's just a small thing, and I've had it already. I had someone decorating the tree. And we had some the other night. My wife fixed it up. She put some stuff in it. I didn't ask her, but it was good. Yeah. Little sprinkles on the top and a little fire in the middle, in the belly. Yeah, it was good. So I got a little bit left over, and I noticed it expired yesterday. The jug, bottle, what do you call it? The thing, the container of eggnog expired December 18th. So I'm trying to get it. I don't really want to drink anymore, but I'm having it today, and I think this will be Yeah, I'll just pour it down the drain. The rest of it, there's not that much left. Oh, festive. Yeah. Eggnog. It's good. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm celebrating the holidays. That's what I'm doing. Let's talk about podcast schedule because of the holidays. Show here. What is today? This is the first of the week. Okay, do a show. I will do another show, I think, toward the end of the week. Might not get Thursday, but let's shoot for maybe Friday. And then, as you know, Christmas Eve is Sunday and Christmas Day Monday. So I would like to put out a show on Christmas Day. I know it's going to be busy. No one's going to be sitting there thinking, I got to listen to a podcast today. No one's going to think that. I know. I understand. That's okay. You just listen to it whenever you can, okay? But so I want to do a show on Monday. What I think I want to do, this will be great. I would like to do a show like really, really late on Christmas Eve. Just kind of get in here and start feeling those Christmas Eve vibes really late at night. It's too bad I don't have a fireplace in my studio, but I don't. I'll just burn something. I'll just sit here and burn something and just get into the late Christmas Eve vibe. Maybe I'll catch Santa flying past a window or something on the roof. I just think it'd be peaceful. It'd be kind of fun. Depending on how I feel. If I'm sleepy or tired, I might not. At any rate, I would like to do one. And I think it'll be a short one. I'll do a short. I'm not going to hold you for a long time on Christmas Day. But I would like to do something, right? Shouldn't I? And then I think I'm going to take a week off, okay? Don't get mad. So I'm going out of town with the missus. The miss. I don't know if she a missus, with my wife. And we're going to go out of town for a little while. Have some house sitters here taking care of operations while we're gone. And we're just going to take it easy. We're going to have a good time. And I'm going to do that for less than a week, really. But we'll be gone for a while. And I can't take my podcast stuff with me. So I'm going to take a little time off. So I would say the next show will be the Thursday after the new year. All right. So I'll take off the Thursday after Christmas, and then I'll take off Monday, which will be New Year's Day. No podcast. Is that all right with you guys? It's a good time to catch up on the podcast. Put some ketchup on the podcast if you like that. And by the way, my wife made barbecue sauce the other day. Made it homemade. We were going to do some sloppy joes, and she was like, "Uh-oh, I don't have any barbecue sauce." And she said, "Oh, I think I can make some. We have ketchup." And she put it together. She put vinegar and ketchup. She got a little recipe. Best barbecue sauce I ever had. Just make your own. Don't buy. It was good. Awesome. Now, I don't like sweet barbecue sauce, so that was good. We didn't put sugar and stuff in it. But yeah, good stuff. I don't know why I'm telling you this. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to have a little time off. And you guys listen to old episodes that there's got to be something in there you hadn't listened to yet, right? Yeah, unless you're Gary, listen every single week. Who does that? But except Gary and me, I have to listen to it while I'm doing it. Sometimes. Okay, we good. I went Christmas shopping. All my shopping is done, but today I had to buy stocking gifts. Now when I grew up, we didn't do stockings. We hung the stockings, but we never really put anything in the stockings. And it wasn't until I was grown up and I was in a relationship, I was married, and my wife's parents, not my current wife, a totally different model, an earlier model, and they stuffed the stockings full of crap, and I never did that before. And it was just, fun stuff, cheap stuff. A lot of sundries. Is that what they call it? Sundries, chapstick, things like that. Gum. Just little things to stick in there. And it was fun. And there was like tons of different things in there. I'd never done that before. And now that's my life tradition. I do it I've done it every year since then. That tradition has survived the marriage. I don't have the marriage anymore, but I still have stockings. So, so we do that. And so my wife has started doing it. My current wife has started doing it. And so we go out and we buy a bunch of stuff. We stick them in the stocking. So today I did that. It was the last thing that I had to do in shopping. And you just go out to the dollar store and buy a bunch of fun stuff, stick it in there. And I did that, and I couldn't get it all in. So the stocking was bigger or smaller than the stuff. And I don't know what to do because I already bought it. I can't take it back. You can't go to the dollar store and say, "Oh, I'll return these candles." And so they don't do that. They don't want that stuff back. They're thankful they finally got rid of it. So I'm just kind of stuck with it. I got to figure. I don't know. It might be easier to buy a larger stocking, and then I'm thinking maybe 2 stockings. Is that all right? Like a stocking, and I have like a connection. You know, there's like motorbikes that have like the little cart next to it. People ride in. There's like somebody actually driving on the motorcycle, and there's somebody right next to it in a little tiny cart. We'll have a stocking like that. They'll have like the main stocking, and then a little tiny little side stocking. So that's what I need is a side stocking to put her stuff in. And I think I'm going to get that, but I got to find out where to get it. So, but I got it stuffed at this point. So what I had to do. You know that on a stocking, you got the regular stocking, and then it's got like a little collar around the top, a little thing at the very top. You've seen that. If you wear kilts, you know what I'm talking about. You got the kilt hose, and it kind of turns over, and you got the little I don't know what you call collar. I call it sock collar at the top. And so I took that part of the stocking. It's decorative, but I turned it inside out, and so now I've got extra mileage in my stocking. It looks awful. But I've got some extra right now until I get the side stocking. So, so that's going to be fun. She gets to open that up. And I don't know. She got me something, I think. I don't know what she got me. I got everything. I got good gifts this year. I didn't go overboard. That's a good thing. But I did buy a custom gift. Now, I always hate finding stuff on Facebook because I feel like it rewards Facebook. Like I see all these ads on Facebook constantly that I don't ask for. How many ads can I get for erectile dysfunction? Okay, I'm an old guy. Okay, I don't have that problem yet. At least not to the point where I need anything. Oh, I would try it. Okay, let me just say that. If I had some, I would try it. Especially those mints. They've got the mint kind now. Like Tic Tacs for your dick. No, I'm not going to say that. Not going to say it. That's insane. Okay. So, but yeah, I don't like buying things that I see on Facebook because I feel like it rewards them for shoving that stuff in our face. But this really cool little gift showed up, and it wasn't anything. It wasn't like a major gift. It was a nice little, I thought, well, this would be kind of like a nice extra gift, okay? And it's a custom thing. You have to have it custom made. But I thought that was kind of cool. And sure, I ordered it. And I mean, the moment I pushed buy and all of that, so then like 50 gazillion gifts of the exact same kind. And a lot of them from the same company start showing up on my Facebook page. That's why I don't like doing it. That's why I don't like buying. But I did it. There was no place on the entire order form in the store, on the website, nothing, nowhere did it give me the impression that this company was not located in the United States. Everything looked like, it looked like it was next door to me. So I bought it thinking that, and it said something about shipping in 72 hours. I thought this is going to come really quick. And I ordered it like a little more than 2 weeks ago. Still hasn't showed up. And here we are the week of Christmas. And it's just saying in transit. And it's been saying that for days, in transit. I have another story about that I'll tell you here in a second. But so I'm beginning to think I'm not going to get it. I think it was in China day before yesterday. It was still in China. Unless they're going to put it on Santa's sleigh, I'm not sure it's going to get here. So I'm a little concerned about that. We'll see. Maybe like it could be like a story, like we have to go to bed and she's crying because she doesn't have a gift. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey, I've tried everything I can. And then like this elf will knock on our door. I don't know if it may not be an elf because that's not really politically correct. Maybe it'd be like an otter, like a little otter that came out of like the zoo or something. And it's probably wearing a sweater with a little hat. That would be really cool. And it knocks on the door, and we open it up, and it has a voice. I don't know if I could do the otter's voice. So there's two voices for an otter. It's either this guy right here. I got a gift for you. That could be one of the otters. Oh, it's this guy like this. So you choose which otter voice that you like and put that on your otter or on my otter. Put it on my otter. That's what I tell the restaurant people all the time. Knocking on the door and they bring it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Last minute gift. It'd be so romantic. And she would think that I planned it, but I didn't. But I would get points somehow for having an otter deliver her present to the house. Can you imagine? Like for the whole year, I'm set. I'm set for next year. She cannot top that gift at all. Okay. Otter gift. I don't think that's going to happen. What's going to happen is I'm not going to have a gift for her. No otter is going to show up. I sent a gift to the Philippines. I have a friend in the Philippines. And I sent a special gift for her birthday. Her birthday was way back in the end of September. And I sent her a birthday / Christmas present around the 1st of October. The first week of October, I think I mailed it to the Philippines. All right. She lives in an island. I think it's Siargao. I can't say it. Siargao. It's like paradise. If you have never been there, I've watched videos. It's like it's where God vacations. It's beautiful. It's a beach, and you don't need anything. People walk around almost no clothes. Why do they need clothes in paradise? And they're always beaching and drinking Mai Tais and doing things that Filipinos do. And a lot of people who are not Filipino, like white people, I can't do it. I have Celtic skin. I would turn into a cracker. I am a cracker here in Georgia. I would turn into a crispity, crunchy cancer stick. That's what I would become. I can't do that. I wanted to go visit my friend. I just can't. She lives on the beach. She's a beach person, and she's immune to the sun. She eats UV rays for breakfast every morning. She eats them. She's not afraid of any of that kind of stuff. She laughs at cancer. I can't do it at all. If I see a picture of the Philippines, I have to go to the dermatologist. Anyway, it traveled from the United States to Manila, which is on mainland, and it was there for a day or two, and then it just says in transit. So according to my tracking number, it has been in transit to the islands since October 24th. It's lost, isn't it? It's not going to get there. October 24th. We're almost on December 24th, almost 2 months later. I'm hoping someone will find it. I think what happened is somebody from the shipping department was like, this looks like it's going to be worth something. They might even have the otter voice. This looks like it's going to be worth something. I don't know. You do your own Filipino shipping voice person. And they open it up thinking it's going to have diamonds and jewels in it. And they realize it's just something I made myself and probably threw it in the garbage. I hope that didn't happen. I'm hoping that it just fell behind somebody's seat, and then when they're detailing their car, they'll find it, and then they'll put it back into transit, and then she'll get it. I was hoping she would get it by. I was confident she'll get it for Christmas. Like back in October, I was like, yeah, it'll get there. Christmas, you'll see it. November, I was like, yeah, you'll get it. And then December, I'm saying, oh, I think so. And here we are, the week of Christmas. It's still not there. So I don't know. I'm not feeling confident about it. I don't know what to do. how I'm supposed to fix it. I know what I need to do. I need to take a drink of eggnog. You do that right now. Come on. Frosty eggnog. Man, it's pretty good. Do you know the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? That's one of those specials that I haven't watched yet. I usually watch it like sometimes in November, really early. And it's one that has to kind of kick off the season. For some reason, it's gotten lost in the shuffle this year. I haven't watched it yet. So I got to watch maybe tonight. Might watch it tonight. Before Christmas, I have to watch it. It'll be a terrible Christmas. No, there'll be no Otters. There'll be no Filipino beach gifts. Nothing if I don't get Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer worked in. There's no way. But I was looking up, and it's a sad story. Rudolph is actually a sad story, not the actual Rudolph story. Now, that's pretty sad. Now, I grew up in, let me just say, I don't make a lot of problems about my age, really. I'm okay with how old I am. I was born in the 60s. Yes, I'm old. I was born in the early 60s. I was born, yes, at the year or before, I think the year the Beatles came to America. That makes me feel not as old. Now, if you're really young, that's old. But rock and roll was still going, people. It was just in its birth. So all of those Christmas specials like that Charlie Brown special, the Rudolph special, all those were just coming into being, into existence. And my mother had little children, and so she made us watch them all. So I grew up on those. And but of course, the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that started in 1939. Okay, 1939. Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, had a hit with it. It was a #1 hit, and so that's all I know about it. That story. And then it became the TV show and the TV movie special with the crazy. I got into an argument with my mother when I was a kid. Because I was a sassy kid, and I would tell my mom, "Wrong, you're wrong, Mom. That's not true." My mom said they were clay figures, and I was like, "No, these are like dolls. They're like posed. They pose them." And so we had a little. My mother thought it was animation, and I was right. And she got really mad about it and punished me. I had to go no, I didn't. Anyway, so I grew up on that. And one of the things that you become really aware of, or I have become really aware as I gotten older, is how mean that movie, how mean that show. Do you notice this? Santa Claus is an ass. Hole. See, I didn't want to put them together because if I do, then I have to change the rating of the show. You could say both of those words. Just don't put them close together. If you want to splice them and do it, fine. He's an a-hole. Santa. I could say it. I just don't want to. People get mad. I don't care if people get mad. He's an asshole. Santa is a jerk. Everybody in that, all of the grown-ups are jerks in that movie. And I don't think I noticed it when I was a kid. We didn't really have a problem with it. And I think maybe it's because that seems to be how parents were. They were very forceful, told you to do stuff. They didn't have to have a reason. They're just like, go do it. But Santa's kind of a jerk. And then as we get older, we realize how much of a jerk he is. And he participates in bullying Rudolph, because all the other reindeer won't let him play in the games. That's the song. And he gets bullied, and then Santa participates, and you start realizing how much of a jerk. And it's like, I don't even know if I want this guy in my house. And you put the damper down on your chimney, and you don't let him in. But I don't think I noticed that until I got older. So it's kind of a mean story, but it's also a sad story. And the origins of it are really sad. And I didn't realize this. So let's just say the movie itself, which was done in 1964, is actually the longest running Christmas special in American history. Still is. and people watch it today. They do. It was created by this guy named Robert May. Now, he, according to his daughter, he was like this really sad guy. He was kind of, I guess, maybe like depressed all the time. He was a copywriter for Montgomery Ward. You remember Montgomery Ward? They were like Sears or J.C. Penney. They were a large supermarket, not supermarket. What am I trying to say? Market, like Walmart or whatever. What do you call those? Anyway, that's what they were. I should have really planned a little more. But he was a copywriter. So what he would do is, and Montgomery Ward was really well known for their catalog. So people, like, that was the big thing, was people would get the catalog, the Montgomery Ward catalog, bring it home, and they would go through it to find what they wanted for Christmas. So kids would circle, oh, I want this this car, this truck, this racetrack, this doll, this train. And it was kind of like, that's how they got their Christmas list for their parents. And I can remember a certain amount of that. Montgomery Ward was still around when I was in college. It was the first credit card I ever had. Montgomery Ward. I don't think I bought anything with it. But anyway, Robert May, copywriter, and his daughter says he was just always kind of depressed. But he was asked by Montgomery Ward, where he worked, to create a brand new character for a promotion they were doing. And they wanted a new Christmas book, a coloring book for Christmas. And they asked him if he would write the story, if he would create this story. I don't think he was an artist. They probably got an illustrator to do it. But he wrote the story to do it. And when he was growing up, he was like this really small, shy, kind of underdog kind of guy. And people made fun of him a lot. And so he really connected with the story of the ugly duckling, you know that story? And so he decided to put that into this story, and that's sort of what happened with Rudolph. See, you kind of have to have the bullying in there because it's part of the story. It's this guy's story. So he put that in, like the ugly duckling. It's part of it. And he said that when he wrote it, it kind of made him feel even worse because he was 35. He was in serious debt, and he was just working as a catalog copywriter. He had no idea what was going to happen with it. So he just kind of felt like, my life sucks. I'm going to have to write a story about a reindeer. Maybe I'll get to do a gift-giving otter one day. But right now, it's just a stupid reindeer. And he says that, he wanted to write the great American novel. That was like his dream, but instead of doing that, he's describing men's white shirts in the catalog. So it just made him more and more depressed. And to make matters worse, his wife was dying from a long illness. So she had been like ill for a long time, and she was getting worse and worse. And she was dying. All this stuff piled on top of this guy while he's trying to write this story, and it's just not happening for him. He's just sad about it. But he gets onto it. He starts writing it. He takes notes. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the most complicated story, but it did take a while to put it together. He made a list of all the names. He says he wanted to do our names for the reindeer because he liked the alliteration. So he made this list. Here's his list. Rudolph was not the first choice. So Rollo, the red-nosed reindeer, could have been Rollo. Rodney, Roland, Roderick, Reggie, all of those could have been Rudolph. And that list that he made is now at Dartmouth College in I think New Hampshire. That was his alma mater, and it's there. You could go there and you could see that list if you're really, really into Rudolph. But he chose Rudolph. He said it just seemed right, and he picked it. One day he was working. He looks out his window at Lake Michigan. It's all foggy, and he just the idea in his head is like, how does Santa get through all of this? How do people think Santa and then that made him think about the glowing nose. That's how ideas work, you see. So he puts it in. He decides, okay, that makes sense. So he puts the glowing nose. And it almost didn't get done because there's a connotation with alcoholism with the red nose, glowing nose. And I guess Montgomery Ward or whatever is like, we can't do that for kids. Almost didn't make it. They finally did. They put it in. So anyway, that summer he's working on it. His wife passes away. Gone. Even more depression happening. All right. A month after that, he finishes it. Montgomery Ward prints it up as a softcover book. In 1939, they distributed 2.4 million copies of it for free to everyone. It instantly is in demand. It becomes a bestseller. I don't know how it could be a bestseller if it's free, but apparently it was. And this big publishing firm offers to do it in hardback, and it goes through the roof. It's huge. But it didn't become world famous until Johnny Marks, who was Robert May's brother-in-law, he wrote the song. And then the song was recorded by Gene Autry, and then it goes on forever. And the song topped the charts in 1949, a year later. And you don't look back. I bet the guy wasn't that depressed anymore. Anyway, in 1976, he died at the age of 71. He received royalties on 100 Rudolph products. That's a lot of money, a lot of cash. And you would think, well, didn't Montgomery Ward own that? No. They actually let him have the royalties in 1947, which means he got pretty much everything. The guy was rich for the rest of his life. Thank you, Montgomery Ward. What a Christmas present. Screw the Otters showing up. I'll take that one. Give me that present. Anyway, that's the sad story. Did you know that? I didn't know any of that stuff. I knew about the song. I didn't know anything about the person who wrote it. It's pretty bad. Speaking of bad, open a can of vegetarian tuna. There's no possible way to make that taste good. You get a little bit used to having kind of bad fake meat if you're vegetarian. If you want to try to have meat, you got to figure out what you do is you just sample, and then when you find what works, you stay there. I think I've had some okay tuna. I've never had anything really good. Now I eat fish now. I eat tuna. I'm a pescatarian. I bother people a lot. But so I don't know. I bought some cans. I just decided I wanted to try them. And I opened 2 of them. Might have been the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Terrible, horrible, just the worst. I don't even think, really, it shouldn't be allowed to be sold. The government should crack down on whoever was selling that. That's bad. So I had 2 cans still in the pantry. I should throw them away, give them to the poor. You know, there are poor vegetarians who might like that. But today I saw it up there. I was like, okay, this is a challenge. I got to see if I can make it taste good. So I tried to see if I opened it up. It's foul. When you open it up, it's like, oh God, it's worse than spoiled eggnog. It's just like, it'll knock you down. So I just thought, what am I going to do? What should I do with this? So I decided to fry it. I decided to see if I could fry it. And I did. I fried it and put it on a sandwich. It's still bad. It was better that way than any other way that I had before, but it's still awful. There's no way to make it good. You can't make vegetarian tuna taste good. And that is the moral of the story, as far as I'm concerned. All right. I covered a lot of stuff. Watch out for the otters. I'll see you later.
This is Billy Idol. I want to wish you a happy holiday and a very merry new year.